It's true.
When we grew up in that community, relationship community.
And the church was centered in that community.
Yes, and what makes relationships difficult today and what has been the blessing for us is proximity.
Yes.
Right. None of us moved so far away that we became visitors.
That's a good point.
And so proximity has a lot, and that's not the culture today.
No.
That's true.
People have moved further apart.
Yes.
You know, they have friends that are Florida, Texas. Well, that's a different intimacy.
The difference between then and now is we went together and we left
together.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you don't see a lot of these days.
No.
These young ladies will go together and then
just walk off.
Yes.
Where's so and so? Oh, I don't know.
Right.
She was over there. No.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, that's not my responsibility. That's not it.
Right.
No.
That is true.
No, we
So that bonding was strong.
Yeah.
And you need that bonding in order to move forward.
Yes.
In a healthy way.
In a healthy way. And see, that security that you talked about, it kind of reminds me of attachment styles, and there's a secure attachment style. So you guys had a secure attachment style in your friendship. When you're in any kind of relationship, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, and there's a secure attachment style, you have the ability to go and do other things. You don't have to be with that same group or that same person 24/7. You can be independent and interdependent in the relationship and still have that healthy relationship. And here are some things that I heard from you guys in establishing this friendship over the years. Is, you know, extending grace, extending mercy, forgiving, letting people be who they are individually, acceptance.
Well, the fact that we, in many areas, we're like-minded, which I was surprised to hear Ellen say that, because I'm thinking, wow, she sees us alike, and I know that we're all so different.
You're different, but you're alike because I think it's because the Christ-like.
But there is something which blessed me. Okay, there was something that the next generation receives from us.
My generation looked up to you guys.
Yes. So we hope we didn't fail you.
No, you're the big sister.
Everyone can.
That core circle of four. It is 63 years.
63
Wow. 63 years.
I tell some people that, and they be like, "Who does that?"
Well,
our neighborhood.
The neighborhood and the community. See, getting back to that sense of community, the kind of community that we grew up in, everybody knew everybody on every street. So if you was doing something on that one street over there, somebody was telling somebody about something that you did on that other street. So it was that sense, that strong sense of community within these 4 streets, 4 or 5 streets,
and relationship,
and relationship building.
Yes, because you could live in a community, that's what's going on today.
Yes,
it's different.
Developments,
don't know anybody.
You know, they may not even say hello to you.
Yes,
you know,
it's true.
When we grew up in that community, relationship community,
and the church was centered in that community. That's the other part of that too. The church was the key. Asbury United Methodist Church, and then there was another church, Macedonia. Well, we had 3 churches y'all representing. So there were 4 churches. But that is true. In the Black community, the church was the central place of communion and community for Black people.
And what makes relationships difficult today and what has been the blessing for us is proximity. None of us moved so far away that we became visitors.
That's a good point.
And so proximity has a lot, and
Yes,
that's
it
not
does.
the culture today.
No.
That's
People have
true.
moved further
Yes.
apart.
Yes.
You know, they have friends that are Florida,
Yeah.
Texas. Well, that's a different intimacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a different.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, God kept us
To-
in the same proximity.
Yes.
It kept us in the same area to raise our children and to celebrate life and you know, births and deaths. But we had access.
Yes.
When my husband passed, I quickly got on the phone, called Patricia, Lorraine, and said, Patricia called Celestine. She was on the. You can only do that because you have access to them.
Yes.
And that makes a big difference in your relationship.
I love that, Aunt Prutney. And to add to that, I'm thinking of my bestie from 7th grade, Quanda. And so we were close all of those years, and then we moved apart. I moved to Atlanta first, I think, or she may have moved to Atlanta first. We were apart for some years, but we found our way back to each other. When we got back here to New Jersey, we just worked out at the gym this morning.
Right.
And that's a 35-year friendship. So even when there are times of silence or distance,
That's right.
Bond is there.
if that bond is there, that bond from 7th grade that me and Quanda developed, like nobody could ever break that bond.
That's right.
You
I
know?
like the idea of Patricia saying today they need to be intentional.
Yes.
Because they are people who live, everybody has a car, everybody's driving.
Yes.
So there are people in the area.
That's right.
That you don't have to just see on Sunday morning.
Yes.
You can connect.
You know, the connection, but the intent has to be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Intent.
And I don't, you know, people they say they busy or whatever, but sometimes if you talk to them, the first thing they say, "Oh, there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. I don't have anybody to hang out with." That's because you didn't intentionally make that happen.
Yeah.
Because people often say to us, you know, how did you guys maintain a friendship for so many years?
Yes.
And my response to that is because I don't put any expectations on them.
I love that.
They cannot hurt me.
They can't disappoint you.
They cannot disappoint me because I know their heart.
Yes.
So that if something happened that hurt, I'm going to say, well, I wonder what's going on with Patricia today.
And that's empathy.
That's empathy.
That is empathy.
Yes.
I don't, and you know when a friend is truly close to you, at least what I've experienced, people will not come to me and talk about them.
Yes.
That part.
I love that.
They won't.
So they have each other's backs.
That's a sign of a good friendship.
Yes.
Because you can't bring that to me.
Yes, ma'am. I love that.
You can't bring that to me.
Y'all hear this? This is important.
And if I overhear it, then I'm going to check.
Yes.
I'm going to check to see.
I'm going to check.
Yes.
And then if I need to check you,
yes.
Do that
I might have to do that too. But that is the sign. When I hear these young ladies talking about, I know she used to be my friend, but she's talking about me, and they talk about. I don't know what that foundation was.
Yes.
It was a crack in it.
I don't know
Yep.
what that foundation is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If we have something going on, we're constantly trying to figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yes.
What happened here? What do we need to do now? Right.
We're going to fix this.
We're always trying to figure it out. And I'm like, just leave her alone. She'll be fine.
She'll be okay. Let her work it out.
I love
but
it.
it's never a dismissal.
Yes.
It's never something that's going to I'm
break
never
it.
talking to them, or I don't even know how that even works. I mean,
we just let you have your space, and you won't come back.
Right.
Yeah, we're like,
and they're open arms.
and open arms. He's like, okay, you over it now?
Grace.
Okay.
Yes, we have a lot of grace. That's true.
Grace.
We give
And we laugh
I
about
love
a lot of
that.
stuff.
Yeah,
We'll
yes.
laugh. We'll laugh
Yes.
about the
Yes.
crazy.
In a friendship,
Yeah.
you have to have grace.
Grace.
Yes.
Because you're all individuals.
Oh,
Yes.
And you all have
We're not
specific
perfect.
personalities.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so, in order for those personalities to blend,
Right.
Yes.
you have to have grace.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you can't confess to be a
And the
Christian
person,
and not extend grace.
Yes.
Exactly.
You cannot confess to be a follower of Christ
Yes.
and not
have
forgive.
grace.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
I mean, because that is
grace.
what's the test.
Forgiveness.
That's what it's all. That's your test.
Yes.
This is what we're walking in.
Yes.
And so we're the witness.
Exactly.
Yes.
So young girls
So
are looking at us saying, well, I thought they were friends.
I thought they were
Right.
friends.
By what you say or by the way you
how
treat
act.
someone.
Right.
So I'm always very conscious of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's very
Yes.
easy for me
Yes.
for this circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just,
Well, because
I
we
find no
we know
fault in
each other.
them.
What do you say?
She find no fault.
No fault.
And they don't find any in you.
Yes.
Hey, that's what happens when you get old.
You know,
That's it.
we're
like, she'll be all right.
we're a group of friends that
That's crazy.
That y'all are all alike. Let me tell
in
you.
our young
All y'all are alike. Let me tell you. As this
Well,
the young
that's
person
the
youngest one.
and seeing y'all,
Really?
all of y'all are all alike.
That's amazing.
All of you are
And
all
see,
alike.
that's what I'm telling you about the circle. See, we have
That's
this
amazing.
circle
Right.
that has opened up, and I'm in this circle.
Yes.
And then I'm in another circle with my prayer group. I'm
Yes.
in another circle with my sorority group.
Yes.
So there's all these circles.
All these,
Yes.
That's what God wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think what he does is he uses the gift that he's given us
Yes.
to share how to make a circle.
That
Yes.
can happen.
Right.
Yeah.
That
is possible.
It is.
Yeah.
It is possible. But with friends, I mean, we were so connected that we didn't even know that people didn't like us. I am 74 years old, and I still think about they didn't like us.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
we like
not
that.
like us.
We like that.
Yes.
We didn't walk in that spirit.
No, we
really
didn't. Because we didn't have time for it.
I love that.
No, we didn't have
Enjoying
time.
life.
We
We
was
got time.
enjoying
Living your best lives
Yes.
now.
Yeah,
we were enjoying our teenage
I love
years,
it.
We
our
were just
life.
friends.
It
But
was
that comes from what I said.
crazy.
The confidence that we had in that circle.
Yes.
The security that we had in that circle.
I love that.
That allowed us to move out. And so what we saw in them was just some people. We didn't know that they didn't like us because we were so confident in the fact that we were like each other.
Yeah.
You had each other.
Hey, we didn't have the guys. We didn't have the guys come right. And so
we
would say, yeah.
I know y'all was because they still fly today.
This is what we tell the guys. They be like, oh, can we come and see y'all on it? Well, do you have 3 other people?
The first one to go out on the date was her. And when the guy showed up, all of us went.
Oh,
We all went.
they had a group date, y'all.
And he
That's
didn't
where it
complain.
started,
He
dates.
understood
Yeah, we just
that
made it plain and
there
clear.
was this circle. So we went on the date too.
Yeah.
I wasn't going by myself.
We don't know that guy, but we gonna find out. We gonna find out.
You're gonna take my friends.
And that's really how we all came up. We all
That's it.
gathered together. We didn't go like
We
a
were in
guy and a
groups.
girl together. We went out as
In group dates.
Yes.
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 And our parents I think it might have stemmed from them as well. We weren't going on a 1-on-1.
Right.
Who's
one date, y'all.
No one. Who's going?
That's right.
Who's gonna be there?
Who's their parents?
Who's the parents? Whose house it gonna be
That's
at?
right.
Who's driving?
And who's driving?
Yes.
How are you getting
Yes.
back home?
Right.
And the
We never
time.
knew how.
Yes.
And the time.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
These dad
We
would
had a
drop
lot
us
of
off.
repenting.
We had a lot of repenting.
We kept saying we had a ride home. We never had a ride home.
No.
But one thing I could say, the guys in town,
Looked
they
after
would
us.
they looked out for us.
Yes,
they would
they
make
did.
sure they
Go ahead.
And I know they said, "Oh boy, they at the party. Now we gotta
Make
get
sure
them
they get
home.
home.
We gotta make sure they get home."
Yes.
And sure enough, here we come, looking cute and fly.
Yes.
And they be like, "The party get ready to end, right?" And we moving around
And
the
you know
room.
the difference between
Yes.
then and now is we went together and we
Left together.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you
Wow.
don't see a lot of these days.
No.
Is these young ladies will go together and
Just
then
walk off.
Yes.
yeah. And
Now
I-
you
Wow.
wear so and so. Oh, I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't know.
She was over there. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's
Yeah.
not my responsibility.
Right.
That's how they are.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
That
we
is
kept-
true.
No, we
so
Yeah.
that
Wow.
bonding was strong. And
Yeah.
you need that bonding
today.
in order
Yeah.
to move forward
Yes.
in a healthy way.
In a healthy way.
In a
And
healthy
see,
way.
that security that you talked about, it kind of reminds me of attachment styles, and there's a secure attachment style. So you guys had a secure attachment style
right.
in your friendship.
That's right.
When you're in any kind of relationship, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, and there's a secure attachment style, you have the ability to go
right.
and do other things. You
Yes.
don't have to be with that same group or that same
Right.
person 24/7.
That's right.
You can be independent
That's
and
right.
interdependent in the relationship
That's
and
right.
still have that healthy relationship.
Right.
Yes.
And here are some things that I heard from you guys in establishing this friendship over the years. Is, extending grace,
Absolutely.
extending mercy,
Yes.
forgiving,
Yes.
letting people be who they are
Yeah.
individually,
Yes.
acceptance.
Mhm.
I love it. These are all things.
Yes.
Having each other's back.
Yes.
If someone tries to come and talk about them, they immediately
Shut
dead
it
it.
down.
Shut
Shut
it
it
down.
Yes.
Not my friend.
Yes.
I love that. But see, these are all things. Any other things that go into building relationships as we end our discussion?
You did it.
Well, the fact that we, in many areas, we're like-minded,
Yes.
which I was surprised to hear Ellen say that, because I'm thinking, wow, she sees us alike,
Yes.
and I know that we're all so different.
I know you're different, but you're alike because I think it's because the Christ-like.
Yes,
Yes.
but there is something which blessed me.
Yes.
Okay, there was something
it
that
does show.
the next generation receives
Because
from us that
my
was,
generation looked up to you guys.
yes.
Yes.
So we hope we didn't fail you.
We were the big sisters.
Try not to.
That's why I'm still here.
Yes.
That's why you in the circle.
Yes, yes.
Everybody can't get in the circle.
That's right.
Yes.
And I think our faith,
Oh yeah.
our young life, starting in Sunday school and youth fellowship, not even knowing what was being poured into us,
Yes.
because we
Just
were all
enjoying life.
struggling and learning how to do life,
Mhm.
and our faith was babe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's such a beautiful, when I was thinking about your questions, how God loved us so much that he put key people to plant seeds in us.
Yes.
Too.
And we're not even knowing
that they was planted.
that's right.
Yes.
But we had enough to know to hear that soft voice.
Yes.
Like,
Oh.
didn't we learn that in about in Sunday school lessons? And struggle with it because that's what we do.
It kept us grounded.
But it was, with our parents and with our church members, and as a young girl, those things were. And so for me, it's important that what we're putting in young people is the seed of Christ.
Yes.
My husband used to always say, you just make sure that what you're telling someone is the truth.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Sometimes it hurts, but
just the truth, biblically truth.
Yeah.
And then you got to let them go.
Let it go.
But don't you be part of, promoting something in someone's life that is not of God.
And
Yes.
that's also scriptural.
That is not of God.
Yes.
Because I don't know I don't remember whether it was Timothy or Thessalonians that said we're held accountable
100%.
Yes.
for what we share with someone.
Yes.
Because if we know better,
Right.
then we're responsible
Yes.
to tell them that. And if we co-sign something that they're doing that is not of God, not in God's will, then we're held more responsible than they are. Because they didn't know, but we did.
Yes.
So we have to be careful what we applaud.
That's right.
In people's lives. And I'm not a big social media person.
Right.
But I've gone on and I've seen people encourage things in people's lives that is not
That's right.
good.
That's right.
It is not good. And the danger with that is, even if a person's looking like they're having a good time, you don't know their state of mind.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
That's true.
You don't know what even brought them to that moment.
Yes.
That's
Or if it's real or not. So I'm like, just not say anything.
That's
and when you
right.
get the person, then you have a chance to encourage or to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, So it's hard for young people because, like I said in the beginning, they're getting so much information.
Fast, too.
Fast.
Very Click on the button. Bam, I got it.
Right.
Yeah.
My kids would say, Google it, Mom. I'd be like, what's that mean?
It's so much.
Okay, Google it.
It's so
All
much.
right.
Yes.
So that's the biggest thing. We need to share Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to share Christ.
And we need to, and hopefully, it's just my prayer that people can develop relationships with one another to be able to have that connection of support.
Well, as you grow in Christ, that's easier to do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because the Christ in you
Yes.
will
I love that.
And you
I
have
love
the
that.
desire.
Yeah, that's
You
what
will
I'm
have
saying.
the desire
I would
to
hope that they
speak
would,
to the person. It's like when I'm back in the gym. So 7:30 in the morning when I go to the gym, there's this gentleman that's a crossing guard, and it's right on Camden Avenue. And every morning he waves.
Yes.
And so every morning I wave back to him. I thought about him today, like,
you develop
you're
relationships.
he's blessing me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm blessing him.
Right.
And I said to God, give me an opportunity where I can just bless him.
Yes.
Maybe drop off coffee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he takes every
time and wait to every card. Yes.
Just wait.
And that's his
God
thing.
gives you the opportunity.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
Do you want to take advantage of it is another thing, but yes, he does.
I love that you're back at the gym. My mom also goes to the gym. Do any of you ladies work out at home, walk in the neighborhood? You don't have to necessarily work out at the gym.
I'm going tomorrow morning, probably in the rain,
to
Cooper River for a Black Girls Run.
Yes.
Walk before you run.
It's gonna rain tomorrow. Yeah, it is gonna rain. But I did see that.
But we walk in the rain.
I love this. So
I've
look
been in
at
a flood before down there with walk.
Oh wow!
And last week they had the program where they were all week. They you had to do 100 miles.
But they did,
and there were people in there with their umbrellas.
Well, the outdoor
walking
track.
around the
outdoor track.
Wow.
They track. I see they put a fence up there trying to keep them ducks from pooping on
They fly for that.
I said, oh, they gonna fly over that fence. I see
They do.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you just walk around it.
Walk around
Yes.
it. But listen, even in your wisest years, attending to your physical health is important, right?
Absolutely.
So to live optimally,
Woman health.
whole women health, holistic well-being, holistic healing, holistic wellness. So our mental health, which is our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors, our physical health, which is exercise, nutrition. Aunt Elle, are you still doing nutrition and sleep?
Sleep.
You need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night.
Take a nap every day.
Yes, hey, if you could take a nap, get your nap in. And our spiritual health, which is our personal relationship with God and others. That's how we live optimally. Attending and balancing our mental, our physical, and our spiritual health. Well, I want to thank my mom and my aunties for joining us.
Dr. Chalice.
Dr. Chalice, we're so proud of you.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Thank you for
ladies.
entertaining
Yes, we are.
that you wanted to have a tea, wellness tea with the baby boomers.
Yes, gotta have the baby boomers because y'all inspire me.
Okay.
Y'all inspire me. It's a blessing, right? Because we don't really see that in my generation as much.
Right.
It's still there little.
It is.
Yes.
But in the younger generations, it's just, you really don't see it. So I wanted to bring in the aunties and the mama to kind of inspire us toward a sister circle, toward holistic healing, toward our faith. So I thank you ladies for joining and being vulnerable and sharing your stories.
Yes.
Yes.
And you guys
Have
stay.
us back.
Yes, I will. We'll have, okay, I will.
We can celebrate our
We can
63
do it.
years of friendship.
Yes. All right. So Aunt Pruney has come up with another Talk the Wellness with Tea with Dr. Chalice idea. We're going to celebrate 63 years of friendship.
Yes, it's 63.
63 coming to you soon, okay?
Yeah.
We thank you, and we're going to wave bye to everybody. See you. Bye.
We feed our bodies now.
Now, see, this is how the Black women of faith and wisdom do it. Who has gone on a podcast show and had a fish fry waiting for them after the episode? Y'all, we are about to go for the fish fry that Mama done prepared for us.
Bless her heart.
Yes. We'll see you later. Bye.